I guess if you ever wanted to dress like Wonder Woman, 2021 is the year to do it. Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that this video is coming to you a little bit later than I had hoped, but it's fashion trends for 2021 and I think it's sort of better late than never with this one because there are some really amazing trends. One more reason why it's such a better year than 2020. So fingers crossed that's the case, but at least in terms of fashion, I think we're gonna be set. So number one is the button-up cardi. Now this is sort of like the grandma version to the grandpa sandals that Chanel has been doing for a couple years now that have been huge. It's still like that comfort that you get from wearing loungewear, but it's so much more elevated. The button-up cardigan is one that I would recommend from And Other Stories. This is a brand that's designed in Paris and uses incredible materials like cashmere, alpaca wool. Their stuff is just beautiful, and as far as the price point, if you're comparing it to other brands that use the same quality materials, it's really not that bad. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck if you're gonna be choosing something from And Other Stories. My favorite, when I was looking at their website, I was going through everything and I absolutely love the one that's pearl embellished everywhere. It's stunning. It's so beautiful. And I think it's actually one that maybe you could like DIY in a way. If you were to get just a really soft knit button-up cardi, I think you could probably like add the pearls yourself if you wanted like a DIY for a weekend. I think that could be kind of fun. Anyway, if you didn't want to do that, then you can definitely purchase from And Other Stories. And I really don't think that you're going to be disappointed. Number two is vintage fashion, which is one that I'm totally here for. I love a good thrift find, and I think anything with a nod to a vintage era is just beautiful. I'm sort of wearing it here in that these sleeves have a little bit of volume, and I think that statement sleeves are going to be huge. So you've seen bell sleeves and balloon sleeves and leg of mutton sleeves and raglan sleeves, and I think that all of them are going to just be a little bit more exaggerated in 2020, which I'm a big fan of. Fashion really is cyclical. It comes in cycles. It's normally like 20-year trends, but I think because now we're in the 2020s, we're gonna be seeing a lot of influence from the roaring 20s. So going back a little bit farther, but it's a trend that I'm totally up for. To that end, vintage flapper bags. Now I heard of this one on Kelsey Simone's channel, so I can't really take credit for it, but it's one that I'm so excited for because I found a few and I love them. And honestly, you can find them at thrift stores, it seems like all the time. So I'm hoping now that they're going to be coming back in trend that you can just pick them up because the cost of them is so low. Like it's crazy low compared to a designer handbag or even just like a no-name handbag. You can find them like for a few dollars and they're such a great purchase. This is mine that I wanted to show you, and obviously you can see that it's like this beautiful glass beaded mother of pearl look flapper bag, and it's got this gold bevel embellishment at the top that I just love. It does have a little bit of a strap, so you can wear it on the crook of your arm, or you can hold it sort of like a top handle, but if you didn't want to use that, you could just pop it inside and you could use it as a clutch if you wanted to. But a bag like this I think is so beautiful. Obviously I love the white. White is sort of my thing, but I think you could find so many different options that are beautiful. It has a couple loose threads on the side. It doesn't really bother me because like I said, it is vintage, but if you did want to get those little things fixed, if your bag does have like some signs of minor wear, you could take it to a bag restorer and they would be able to fix those things for you and maybe even correct any beading issues if your bag does have some sort of embellishment like that. Okay, the next one is Pastels, and this one is really for spring, and I don't want this to sound sort of like florals for spring. Groundbreaking, you know what I'm saying? Like pastels come around every single year, they're sort of expected, but the ones that Chanel are doing this year are beautiful. They're so stunning. So looking through their spring summer 2021 pre-collection, we saw a ton of different pastels, and that pink and the yellow were ones that really took the cake for me. Especially the yellow was beautiful. So if there's one color that I'm gonna say to invest in a pastel shade, it's going to be yellow because it's just gonna be stunning, and I really think that it's gonna be seen everywhere. Next is anything pearls, and this sort of nods to the vintage fashion feel, but I think that pearls are going to be everywhere, and not just in like dainty jewelry like a pair of pearl earrings, but I think in much more chunky jewelry as well. I basically wear pearls on the daily. I love wearing some stacked pearl bracelets, but I think if you wanted to go for like the Dior Tribals or Tribals, I don't actually know which one it is because I hear people say both of them all the time, but if you wanted to go for like a more chunky pearl jewelry look, I think that it's gonna be super in. Plus, if you were to buy the pearl embellished cardi from End of Their Stories, you would just be so on trend. Bring out the strands of pearls that either your mother or your grandmother has and reinvent them in a way that's modern and super trendy for 2021. I sort of alluded to this one in the trends that were out for 2021, but it's jeans, and it has to do with the fact that I think bell bottoms and straight cut jeans are going to be all the rage because skinny jeans are really going to be a thing of the past. I'm really okay with this, but I'm interested to see if by the end of the year, if I've bought a pair of bell bottoms, because this is a trend that I really couldn't stand before. But it's funny how trends come around, and initially when you see them, you think, oh my goodness, that's terrible. And by the end of it, you're like obsessed and you own 5 pairs. Moving on, we've got the super big bag trend, and this one sort of follows very closely after the micro bag trend. I think again is fading out, but if you had have seen again that pre-collection from Chanel, you would have noticed that there are both. So there are the micro bags. They made the sunglass case for the first time this year, which is really cute. They also made like a phone case that looks like a Chanel classic flap. So cute. And if you want to get the look, I think it's around like 1,000, 1,200 or something like that. I know that sounds ridiculous, but at the end of the day, if you want to invest in a Chanel classic flap, it's going to cost you like 6-7 times more than that. So maybe this is a good option if you wanted to go for the look, but you didn't want to spend all the money. But the Chanel XXL flap bag, I think is one that we're going to be seeing everywhere. Honestly, when Tamara showed it on her channel, I just felt the rush of people run to the store. So I really do think that that one is going to be the biggest and the best of 2021. Micro bags are going to fade out, and that's typically how it goes anyway. We go from one extreme to the other in fashion when it comes to trends. So this one doesn't really surprise me, but call me crazy if I'm gonna go for this trend. I wouldn't do Chanel. I would actually do the Dior Lady Dior in the large size, which nobody gets. And whenever anyone's talking about it, they always recommend the smaller sizes, the My Lady, the small, or the medium, but they never recommend, I think there's a micro too. Anyway, but they never recommend the large, and I love it in the white lambskin with the gold hardware. It's beautiful. Okay, last but not least is Catsuits. This one I think is kind of interesting because again, it's like an athleisure sort of look because it's basically like wearing either a spandex top or a tank top and leggings in one. So it just makes it even easier to style in the morning when you get up. It's gonna be super easy to outfit yourself if you already have that on as the base. So there's one that I'm looking at from JLux Label and I'm thinking I might go for it. It's in a beautiful chocolate brown color. So I'll keep you posted on that, but let me know what you think if you're getting sort of Wonder Woman vibes. I guess if you ever wanted to dress like Wonder Woman, 2021 is the year to do it. So anyway, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about these trends. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can get more of me coming up very soon. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!